Well, we could start this now because we have Blessed Queen Nyla, Fierce Bride-to-be Oboro, Blessed Wings Rafiel, Dawn Wind's Duel Micaiah, and Samurai Groom Hinata. All the heroes are already here. Let's start.
It took me long enough just to get those titles right.
Oh yeah, their titles are pretty long. Everyone looks so good. Everyone... Alright, immediately. Favorite looking hero. Best looking hero.
Rafiel, followed by, honestly...
I'd say Oboro, in my opinion.
I like Oboro, but if I look purely at the art, I'd probably put Nyla.
I put Micaiah yesterday, but now looking at Oboro, it's really... I don't know what's with her. I don't even like Oboro. She's so pretty in that.
Art quality for all of these is very good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Beyond a doubt.
And let's not forget that Raphael, during his special animation, turns into Bird Jesus.
He is. It's such an amazing art.
Anyways, let's begin this. Blessed Queen Nyla, LL40 is Super Bane in HP, Super Boon in speed and res for 40 HP, 35 attack, 41 speed, 31 defense, and 25 res, 41 speed.
With a Super Boon.
Wow.
SP is the BST, just in case.
Wait a second, is it 41 speed with a super... So she can reach 45 speed is what you're saying?
Correct.
Yes.
Wait, 45?
Yes.
45 at
fastest
base.
hero.
Yeah, well, 45 with no merges.
Yeah.
But since she's infantry, couldn't she use close call as well?
It's
Beast.
Beast.
Oh,
She's
Beast, that's right. Dang, it would have been perfect.
He is, however, capable of using lull skills.
Correct. Though, given that it's what we're looking at here is Nyla, one must note that that might not be what she uses.
Yeah. Like, it's possible if you decide to go for plus res and really invest in making her defensive, because her weapon can make that work, but it's an odd choice, to be sure.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, she's 172 BST. 172? Wow, she's basically... Yeah, she's just infantry. That's it.
Yep. Plain and simple.
Damn. Okay, that's really good. A quick refresher for everyone who's forgotten her kit. It is pretty simple. Bride's Fang, its special cooldown trigger count -1. Also at start of turn, if foe's HP is over 75%, attack, speed, defense -5 on your opponent. This is a combat debuff. Additionally, if your special triggers during combat, you get another special cooldown count -1. So the idea is, if you use Moonbow during the combat, Moonbow now gets a -1 on it next turn. So the idea is, you can have an instant Moonbow. She also has Whisper 3, Speed Defense 2, and Glare.
Chill speed defense too.
Chill Speed Defense 2, my bad. Yep.
So it's basically as though at plus speed she has 50 speed. 57 initiating.
What the heck?
Yeah, that speed super boon is honestly, like, with her weapon and the rest of her stats, it's at a point where you can actually make an argument that plus res is better.
Plus res is better.
29 res. You can make the argument because her weapon does inflict attack -5, so it'd be 34 res with Bride's Fang.
And that will stack with a lull as well.
So it'd be 37 with lull, attack, whatever or not.
Wow.
And that's at base. Or that's, well, not base, that's at 0 merges.
I wasn't a fan of that, but if she can reach 37 res, that's a lot.
Yeah, 37 effective res at 0 merges with plus res.
Okay.
It's actually a legit IV.
Yeah, Nyla is... Well, she has a case for being a very strong enemy phase unit.
Though Spiral tends to be kind of dual-phased. So is her weapon.
Yeah.
Okay, but the quick rundown for her is she is incredibly quick, but has nothing directly she can use to utilize that speed. Given there's no speed triggering special, there's nothing speed related in Bride's Fang, well, that utilizes speed.
It'd be Flashing Blade, but why would you ever use that on a Spiral build? I mean, besides it started up, but yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward. I guess she's just really good against close call units or Rappel.
Yeah, honestly, that's an advantage unto itself. Breaking close call and Rappel, even if you're not using it yourself. Really nice.
It feels like it's such a shame if she could use close call or something.
Though I'll be honest, I think that more people are going to lean towards Vantage and Spiral.
Yeah, that is also true. I think Special Spiral is probably her best build because, again, we mentioned you can use Astra on her. Though at 31 defense, you could.
That's why I was going to argue Ignis. I just wasn't sure of her actual defense stat.
Yeah,
I'd say it's a pretty solid option.
Ignis is a solid option, absolutely. Ignis, Astra.
So, let's see. 31 defense. That would be about 6. So it'd be about 25 damage Ignis on no cooldown.
Damn.
Basically.
Yeah.
So you would also have the Wudao damage. So it'd be like a 35 damage special at the start of every combat.
That is super potent. That's a nuke. She's a legitimate nuke. And of course, we talked about AoEs yesterday as well.
Yep. You can totally AoE spam with her, and you don't even have to worry about guard.
So immediately, Nyla is. I know when we went over the heroes, everyone was just freaking out about Micaiah, but I think Nyla is the clear second. She is actually, like, there are not a lot of heroes like Nyla. Yeah, there really isn't. The closest thing would be, like, Green, I guess.
The main thing, though, is that she's the only unit with Spiral that can run Spiral, and she has Slaying, so the synergy options with that become pretty intense.
Yeah, there are very few heroes in the game like that.
And let's not forget she has Glare. So even if her
gravity trapping can be a thing.
Yep. Force them into fighting her only to die instead of getting around her.
Yep.
Yeah, and so if you decide to forego the Wudao and Spiral aspect of her weapon, Gale Force is an option for her as well. Which is kind of crazy when you think about that.
Yeah. I guess the only thing is, you're right. You literally get rid of her weapon, basically.
Yeah, you get rid of the Spiral aspect of her weapon, but you still get the stat debuffs that she inflicts. And then there's also the fact that you're gravity trapping if you keep Glare.
Right.
And she does have the speed for Flash and Blade Gale Force.
And guys, I implore you to give Glare a try. A lot of people replace Glare because they're just like, why would I want to use that? No, Glare is super annoying. If you've ever been hit by Glare by AI hero, you realize how annoying it is pretty quickly.
I think the main issue is that people just don't have Nyla, so they just don't.
Oh, that's also true.
Bother to check.
Yeah. I like Glare though, but just saying.
I like it. I just haven't. I don't have Nyla, so I don't really know the full extent of its capabilities. But it's literally gravity on a melee unit, so how can you go wrong?
Yeah. Just like Kemp has Pain and Savage Blow and Flash built into a weapon, or no, Pain Plus and Flash,
Pain and Flash
built into a sword.
Staves as other units can really lead to some insane combinations when they have the stats to boot.
Yeah.
Okay, but to summarize, I really think there are just 2 builds available for her. I mean, technically 3 with the Gale Force idea, but I think instant AoE or instant Ignis or instant Astra is probably your best bet. So Spyro, Special Spyro for Ignis or Astra, or you switch to like Life and Death 4, Special Spyro, AoE.
Fury Vantage.
Or Fury Vantage as well. That's also an option as well, yeah.
Especially if you have Super Bane and HP. Like, if you have minus HP Nyla, then you can legitimately just run Fury.
Yeah, Fury Vantage would also really work. It's a bit weird to think of a Fury Vantage. Wait, what's your rationale for wanting to do that anyways?
Vantage Spiral.
Vantage Spiral,
you can still do Vantage Spiral Moonbow.
Vantage Spiral Moonbow, right.
And plus the 10 damage, it'd be relatively similar to Ares in damage potential.
Ah, okay. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. But I think those are her main builds. She's interesting, but she's not that hard to build. I mean, Special Spiral is kind of expensive, but there's not much you would do to make her really good.
Yeah. Nyla's pretty much the defining part.
Yeah. Nyla's weapon has so much going on with it that it's honestly almost absurd just how flexible she can be for how you build her.
Exactly. All right.
And one must remember it's more lenient than weapons we've had recently, like Rangrith or Gleipnir.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a 75% or more rather than straight up 100%.
Now that said,
so you can still do chip damage with Nyla and still get those benefits.
Right.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's not at 100%. That's the big part. But with that said, can we get a comparison to base Nyla? Because I want to see the difference here.
Of course, and this is where I was kind of like, okay, she might have low attack, but pretty solid defense. Was a little wrong.
35 attack is the same attack as Fallen Ike, for example, guys. So it's not that low.
Doesn't he have 34?
No, it's 35.
Oh.
Or is it 30? It's 35.
Yeah, it is 35 because with his weapon equipped, he has 51 visible attack at base.
I couldn't remember. But yeah, that's actually pretty solid. Base Nyla has same HP, 4 less attack, which is my inclination.
Wow.
4 less speed, 1 more defense, and 2 less res.
Okay, the attack part and the speed part is the surprise. They basically just made her better. The extra BST.
Yeah, and let me... If I remember correctly, her weapon, the original Nyla's weapon, wasn't exactly great. Wolf Queen Fang was slaying, and then attack speed form for a maximum of +6. Which is, yeah, not as good. Yarn, same HP, same attack, 8 less speed.
8? Wow.
I did not know Yarn was 33 speed.
I thought he was way quicker, yeah.
Oh, yeah, speed +3, I think.
Speed +3 is a part of his weapon, yes.
Yeah, that's part of it. 1 more defense, again, and 8 less res.
1 more defense, 8 less res. Wow.
Yeah, so basically infinitely worse than speed res, but otherwise almost identical.
Okay.
But that's what you get when you're a cavalry.
Yeah. What's the BST difference between the two? Sorry.
Let's see here, that'd be 15.
15 BST difference. Okay, that makes more sense. Mostly defensive stats then, yeah.
If you wanted to get more contemporary, you go New Year's Leaf. Also a green cavalry beast. Relatively similar release time. New Year's Leaf has 1 more HP, equal attack, equal speed.
Wow.
4 less defense, and 7 less res.
But here's the thing. New Year Leaf is a lot better at surviving because she actually has Close Call or Rappel. Which one is it?
Close Call.
Close Call.
It actually doesn't really matter because
kind
it
of
doesn't
neither.
have the,
it's just the...
Oh, it's just the
stat
reduction part?
reduction.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's also Carla's weapon on top of that.
Yeah.
So she's better at
So-
surviving, whereas Nyla's a better nuke.
Ironically.
So they didn't replace each other.
Yeah,
It's
full of
fast.
Valentine's
Sure.
Alm.
Sure, yeah.
Same HP, same attack. Alm has 1 less speed, 1 more defense, and same res.
Okay.
They're literally the same, except they swapped 1 speed and 1 defense.
Wow.
That's actually pretty funny.
That's silly, yeah. Okay. Alright, so
Oh, God.
she compares very well with everybody we've given, if not the better option. Leaf is the only one that I thought was really interesting. Well, the most interesting for me, because they're very similar, except one's gonna nuke, and one's a better survivalist. And yeah, she's flat out just a great unit.
Absolutely.
And
I know people are going to want to go for Micaiah, but if you can go for Nyla, you can't go wrong.
you can't go wrong, yeah.
With how many things Nyla has going for her, it's going to be difficult to actually screw up a build unless you deliberately try to do so.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just the case of a lot of units these days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of units come really well pre-built, so there's not much point in doing anything. Well, our next hero is Fierce Bride-to-be Oboro, and she has 42 HP, 39 attack, 35 speed, 40 defense, and 16 res.
That was not where I was expecting those stats to go.
She has 40 defense. What?
Yeah. And a super boon.
It's okay. So Super Boon's an attack and defense, Super Bane and res, and a BST of 172. She's a lot faster than I thought.
Same. Honestly. I was expecting her to have more res and less speed.
Yeah.
She's... Well, as far as the allocation of her stats rather than the amount, she's actually kind of comparable to New Year Anna, just defense instead of res.
Well, yeah. High attack, good speed, amazing bulk.
Wait, New Year Anna?
It's not that's not a really good comparison.
That's weird comparison, yeah.
Well,
There are better comparisons, and we'll get, well, better-ish.
So right away, I'm just most blown away by the fact that she reached 40 defense. I did think she would have a lot of defense, but I didn't think she would touch 40. And her res is much lower than I thought at 16. The good news is her attack and speed is also much higher than I thought. 39 attack, which was Super Boon, that means 43 attack.
Considering her weapon gives an extra 4, that'd be, what now? 43, 57, 61 effective attack.
Yeah, she hits really hard, and her defense, because her weapon again, equals more defense, and of course, faster specials. So,
Yep.
what the heck? She's really good. Except I think even with all this, she's still gonna get foddered.
Oh, she's gonna die. I don't think
Yeah.
any stats are gonna change that, but I think she actually does stand pretty well on her own, all things considered.
For those who forgot, the reason she's gonna get foddered off is because Pledge Blade is very good and it's available for every sword hero. Basically, if a bonus is active on unit, grants attack defense +4 and special cooldown count charge +1 per foe's attack. So every time you get hit, +1 special cooldown. And because it's now simply just bonus meaning not just rallies or hones, but also movement up effects, for example, or dominance, she easily gets the Pledge Blade to trigger off. She also has Rally Attack Res Plus, Attack Defense Form 3, and Odd Pulse Tie 3. Odd Pulse Tie being good for adding cooldown to your opponent's specials. So that's a really annoying move to deal with.
Especially now that we have both odd and even.
Yes.
You can just run an odd-even composition, and now the opponent's specials are almost never gonna happen.
Yep. There's simply just a lot you can do here, and she does it so well.
Oh yeah. She uses everything here well, but so can other units, and that's gonna be the main thing that kills her. Literally.
It's a shame. But how would you build her if you were to keep her?
If I were to build her, I'd probably focus on that speed a little more. Fury, or something of the like. Speed refine. Get like 41 plus speed.
Build her like Shannon.
Oh yeah.
Could
Yeah,
also
a
go with
stance
the
3
Rapel
would
build,
be
but-
nice. Stance 4, I mean.
Oh yeah. Stances would actually be really nice on her as well. She has the attack for Heavy Blade.
FYI Nims, we are getting compensation orbs
Does.
on Fate Twitter. No kappa.
Wait, what? No.
I will we'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll
I'm
get to
excited
that.
about that. Oh, and for those
Um,
who forgot, even Pulse Ties on Nils. There you go, if you forgot.
Yeah, so you can do that. I definitely say Heavy Blade though is like, I think almost intended for her. So that you can basically have cooldown in both. So if she doubles and her foe doesn't, she attacks, they attack, she attack Ignis. So you'd be able to get off Ignis in one combat, which at 40 base defense would already be doing about 32 damage. On top of her already insane 39 attack.
Yeah.
So like, invest in her speed, give her Heavy Blade, go nuts with Ignis. That's the way I'm looking at building her.
Yeah, just fast specials, use Pledge Blade. Pretty simple.
Yeah, at a crossroads with that speed.
Yeah, you either pursue speed or you go for a stance 4.
Hmm.
Do we have a stance that adds speed and... No, we don't have a Kestrel stance for it.
We don't have Kestra's stance.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Kestrel stance 3, but we do have steady posture 3.
Steady posture is going to be your best option for the time being, which is still a good. It does basically turn her into Shannon.
Yeah.
Shannon, and I will get to that, is almost identical to Oboro.
Wait,
Yeah.
for real?
Let's pull it
Yeah.
up. Shannon has 1 more HP, 1 less attack, 1 more speed, 3 less defense, and 2 more res.
Wow. What? They're so similar.
They
Yeah.
have the same BST.
Same BST, of course.
Shannon also has a super boon in attack and a super bane in res. He
res.
does not.
He gets
have
crushed
a-
in defense, ironically.
Yeah, he does not have a super boon in defense.
But yeah, they're almost identical. It's just the fact that, you know, Shannon's defined by Balmung.
Yeah.
That,
Whereas
yeah.
Oboro can kind of be built however you want to build her. Although why you
Sure.
would move away from the weapon that she comes with is
Yeah, it would
Strange.
make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of is also divided by her weapon.
Okay. I don't think there's too much more you would do with her. She is so interesting because 35 speed also puts her on the same end as, say, Narshin, the most recent Narshin that we just got, the bunny one.
Micaiah is 34, which is kind of funny. Every 4-star besides Marth has, I think, been going up by like 1 point in speed each time.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's kind of funny.
But the reason I bring up Narshin because she
I
also
know,
reminds me of
she's not
Narshin.
4-star.
High defense, moderate speed, and pretty good attack.
1 more HP, 4 less attack, 1 less speed, 3 less defense, and 2 more res.
Wait. Oh,
Keep
wait.
in mind, he's a flyer.
She has a BST advantage, right?
There is one more comparison that can be made as well.
Sure.
To whom?
Avil.
Oh,
I
but
feel like
that
Shannon's
would be a
closer,
slaughter,
but
would it not?
It is. And
In
which is why I
certain
prefer
areas,
Shannon.
but yeah.
No, it's pretty
I
much
mean,
a slaughter.
Shannon is much more comparable as far as the layout of stats, but with Avil has 1 less HP, 6 less attack, the same speed, 2 less defense, but 9 more res.
Avil is much more of a mixed tank, though people tend to focus on defense. Much more comparable in that they both have inheritable weapons and they both have attack death form, funnily enough.
Yeah, that actually is.
So they tend to be foddered. But beyond that, Avil is pretty much built more so as a tank. Oboro can definitely take more of the offensive. So you kind of gotta play that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'd say Oboro is good. Really good if you want to build her. For people who actually want to build Oboro, you got a really nice unit here. For everybody else, I can see you're probably just gonna kill her.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Well, I do hope people give Oboro a chance, especially if you get plus attack or plus defense. You got something really special there. She is a beauty, and she is not that hard to build. I mean, most inexpensive build, it would just be like Steady Stance 3, QR.
Steady posture.
Steady posture. Yeah. Steady posture would probably be better because that speed is salvageable. And you can refine her weapon for more speed too. To actually reach 41? Yeah. 42.
Because it would be 39 with posture, 42 with their weapon. And I meant weapon refine. Should you happen to go plus speed, it would be 45.
In that case, you might not even need to use QR, but some of these faster heroes, it would just...
Fast QR is always a viable option.
Yeah, fast QR is a viable option. So, steady posture, QR, maybe attack smoke in your C. Like, that's a really cheap build to have a really good hero. And then you just drop Ignis in her special.
And then Heavy Blade on Seal if it's not competitive, because attack smoke would also help with that. You'd be able to charge Ignis in one combat and use it. It's kind of like having Special Fighter at that point.
Right.
Just gotta remember the one key caveat is that Oboro needs a buff in order to work.
Yeah, you might want to put some kind of oath on her as well, just to make it easy, but that's up to you.
Or run her with Peony.
Or run her with
Should
Peony.
you run her in those situations.
Yeah.
Okay. Next hero then, Raphael. And unfortunately, I don't think Raphael's going to have much to talk about because...
he's got one very important thing to talk about.
Sure. First of all, his stats. He has 30 HP, 28 attack, 35 speed, 20 defense, and 41 res?
With Super Boon.
With
on
a
a res
Super
plus
Boon.
3 weapon. So at plus res, he has 48 base.
48 res at base. What the heck?
He is, if I'm not mistaken, the highest res hero. Well, tied for it.
How did he... What? Okay, sure. You do that, Raphael.
He got one thing.
He got one thing, yeah. In terms of his BST, he's 162. Does that make him the highest dancer BST?
Tied with Berkut.
Tied with Berkut. Okay.
Yep.
So, wow, they're both blues too. So tied with Berkut for highest dancer BST. Nice.
The infantries.
Now, that's interesting. Well, we should do that comparison later. But for now, Groom's Wing, for those who forgot, is res plus 3. Also at start of turn 1, grants special cooldown count -1 to unit support partner, if any. In other words, if you partner Raphael up with any other hero, in particular like Cavs, Armored, or whatnot, he could just drop their cooldown by 1. I say Cav and Armors and whatnot because otherwise Infantry Pulse is probably a better way to drop the cooldown, but yeah. Raphael gives you a really interesting way to drop cooldown on heroes that were much more difficult to drop cooldown on.
He's a free quick impulse, essentially.
Without taking up your seal slot, which is big.
He can also, well, that weapon does give him quite a bit of synergy with his wife.
Oh yeah, Nyla, so that she has Moonbow turn 1.
I want to point out something. People were like giving me shit about not knowing that Nyla and Raphael were married. But guys, if you actually play through the game, you're gonna realize there's like not a lot of indications that they're together. He keeps referring to Nyla as my queen, and some like crummy kids nowadays would probably call their girlfriends my queen or something. But like, no, as yeah, I just took it as he's just another subject like Volug, who's also Nyla. So I didn't think that at all. They didn't have any special interactions. Like, you didn't see them kiss each other, hold hands or anything. And at the end of the game, they simply say, they go back to Hatari. Like, okay. I don't know what indication there was for their supposed relationship, but I never saw it, so. But people were like, yeah, it's in the book, and which we did check, and it's
probably
correct.
Japanese.
But it was Japanese, and I certainly did not read such a book. And besides, the game itself should be able to show you that. So, just saying.
Yeah, well, I guess it's just on translation, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird. I have no idea why. Anyways, that's what I'm going to say, so. Okay, but for Raphael, he has Sing, Firestorm Dance 2, and Ward Beast. Nothing special here. Firestorm Dance, it's you dance them.
They're both 5-star locked.
They're both 5-star locked, true. But yeah, I don't see a lot of like Ward Beast teams at all, or like.
If you run anything other than like, if you run a mixed beast comp, then ward balling with Ward Beasts is a lot easier. For me personally, I run right now Racin with Pan, Flyer and a Cavalry, so I can't run Ward Flyers or Ward Cavalry. That just won't work. I have to instead run Racin's native fortified beasts. If I don't want to worry about a Versa, I can't do that. Now I have the option to switch him off that and actually run a Ward, which is really nice. Yeah.
Wait, you're gonna kill Raphael?
For Racin? Maybe.
What? That's so weird. Yeah.
Irony.
I wouldn't do it for the first one, but definitely the second.
Yeah, gotta remember, guys, he's your 4-star focus hero. Very easy to get, so don't worry too much about that. Okay, so you have something really interesting here because you can run an actual special on him and utilize his res. His speed is not bad at 35.
Oh, if you run Iceberg, you can actually, like, you run Swift Stance, Iceberg, that, even at 28 attack, that still hurts.
It still hurts because he just becomes a nuke because you're using Iceberg for the damage, not his attack. So
that's really that'd be a 34 damage Iceberg when it hits.
That's
as long as he's transformed.
If he's plus res and transformed.
Yeah. You guys also have to remember, yeah, if he transforms, he gets an extra 10 damage when his special triggers. Because unlike the other Herons, he's not a flyer because of story reasons. He can't fly. So that's the reason. So he gets the actual plus 10 damage when the special triggers. So he actually is a legitimate defensive nuke. That's so weird.
He can legitimately go full ham on res, even though he has 44 attack.
And then transforming also gives him the +2 to attack.
Which would put him to 44. So, yeah. Not amazing attack, but that special nuke is legitimately a good option, honestly.
It's really weird. I don't really think there are comparisons for this one.
Yeah, I think the closest is Berkut, virtually based on color and the fact they're both 162 BSC infantry.
That's about it.
That's about it.
That's where the comparisons stop. So, Berkut has 3 more HP, 8 more attack, 12 less speed, 17 more defense, and 17 less res.
Okay, so he's basically like Res Berkut,
a different
then.
Unit, I guess.
Wow.
Speed Res Berkut.
Speed Res Berkut, yeah.
Go with something. How about Leanne and Racin?
Yeah, they're gonna be completely different, guys. Keep that in mind. So, go ahead.
Leanne has 2 less HP, 1 less attack, 2 more speed, 4 less defense, and 7 less res.
Wow. I thought, well, her res, Leanne's res is high. Raphael's is ridiculously high.
His res is insane. She also has a speed +3 weapon, so she hits 40, whereas he hits still 35.
Okay.
And she's also colorless beast flyer, Gen 3, so she has 12 less BST. As for Racin, Racin has 1 less HP, 1 more attack, 1 less speed, 4 more defense, and 15 less res.
15 less res.
It was going so well until the end.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna say one is better than other because Racin and Leanne both have 3 movement when they transform, and they have a healing function in their weapon. But Groom's Wing, faster cooldown. Like, you can make a case for all of them. So, Raphael, I Yeah.
Hmm?
I was just
I
saying.
think
I
the
definitely
blind
suggest
Herons.
Raphael. That's it.
Oh, I definitely suggest Raphael. If you can have a few orbs to spare, go for him.
Yeah.
He's blue, so it's not as bad. But yeah, no, that res bulk is going to be insane. The main thing you have to weigh in is that Racin and Leanne don't have offensive buffs on their transformations. They can continue to support with the extra movement. And then, of course, their healing is past turn 1 and not restricted. So they're a little easier to use in support.
Huh.
So you kind of have to weigh in that. Because Rafiel will... His transformation is just wooed out. Doesn't help his allies. And after turn 1, especially if he's an enemy, which... The reason why Herons are so frightening is because they work as enemies. As an enemy, he's basically useless.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Because yeah, you're right. Because Groom's Wing doesn't do anything.
It's just wooed out.
It just becomes Wudo.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to weigh in that. I think he's going to be a better offensive unit, sometimes a better offensive unit than even the Herons, especially of air. It's just as a defensive unit, you will never use him.
Yep. If you do get Rafiel with plus res, he has the highest visible res stat in the game when you include his weapon. Because with plus res, not including his weapon, that bumps it up to 45. If you do include his weapon, that bumps it up to 48. The second highest after that is Nagi, who also has a res super boon.
But you can also res Refiner Breath, should you so choose to have
Nagi cannot.
res. Yes, you can if she changes her weapon.
Well, yeah, if you
Don't change her weapon.
So that's why I'm like,
don't do that to Nagi.
Don't do it to Nagi, please. But in those circumstances, technically he's not the highest. It's just at the base kit, he'll have the highest visible res of any hero, which is insane.
Yeah. The only other unit that can reach the same visible res
Is Faye, with a res refine.
Faye with a res refine because it's not a personal weapon for Faye.
Correct. So I will definitely say if you should build Raphael, maybe consider ploy botting or sabotage nuking. There's always those options if you don't go Wings of Mercy.
But I'm just gonna say the basic option, of course, is Fury Wings of Mercy, just like every other dancer, singer.
Every other unit.
Yep. More res, more attack, more speed, more defense helps him survive. Wings of Mercy to get him into the battle. I'm sorry, he's a singer, so.
But to consider if you actually value it, ploy's legitimately good option for C slot.
Yeah. But at the very least, drop Iceberg on him. That's the one different thing. Yeah.
Please. That's one thing you actually can do, is hurt.
Can he use sabotage skills? What can Beast not use sabotage skills?
Can they not? I thought one of them
Sabotage
did.
attack debuted on Selkie.
Ah, okay. So it should be fine then. That doesn't make sense otherwise.
Yeah, no. He should be just fine in that regard. So you could do sabotage, you could do ploy.